All right. Well, welcome everyone. This is our Sunday night team huddle. It is December 2nd, 2018. I cannot believe we are in the last month of the year. I mean, it is what it is, but this year has gone so fast. But it's been a great year, lots of fun. My name is Missy Hides, and I'm the executive regional vice president now of the team. Thank you for my E, Lori. Thank you for my E. And if you're new and you're like, what is the E all about? How does that happen? That can happen at any level in Arbonne. So if you are a district manager and you promote out a district manager before you become an area manager, you are an executive district manager. So Lauren, like technically in the month of November, because you had promoted Alicia, but you hadn't yet become an area manager, you were an executive district manager. And then the same thing happens if you're an area manager and not yet a region, and you promote an area, you become an executive area. So by the way, do you guys like these fingernails? Lola, my third one, is homesick today. And so she was getting really bored. So she painted my nails and they're interesting. Let me just say that. So anyways, I just wanted to start off by saying, you all, we had an amazing, I couldn't even believe it, amazing December or November. And I will tell you, the month started out at a snail's pace. It felt like just took us forever to get going. And I talked to a couple other VPs and they were feeling the same way. And so it was just really amazing to see the power of a team. And you guys need to know something. Momentum is in this team right now, and momentum is on our side. So if you have ever felt like, oh, I wish I was just in the right place at the right time, you are. You absolutely are. And so you need to know that. You need to know that because it's important when you're reaching out to people. You can tell people confidently, my team is in crazy momentum. Because whether you feel that in your own team, you're a part of this larger team. So you can say truthfully, my team is in crazy momentum and people are promoting so quickly and there's so many people coming into our team. You got to hear about this. Okay. And when momentum is on our side, it's just like the best business partner that we have. Okay. So momentum is totally on our side. So we have actually been having huge double-digit growth for about the last 90 days, last 90 to 120 days. And so I fully anticipate, and I feel comfortable with you guys sharing like numbers so you can know where we're at. So we need to hit 160 in order to get into qualification for national vice president. That's what teams that are nations, they're doing $160,000 a month. You can do that like everything else in 2 months or 3 months. If you do it in 2 months, it's, and you do like 160, then you do 220. And this isn't to freak anybody out, just to give perspective. Or you could do 160, 160, 160. When I say 160, I'm saying 160,000. Okay. So we as a team, we did 126,000 in November. That is crazy. And it's just amazing. And what we did, and I keep laughing because I'm like, we had our biggest month ever. And then I'm like, now we had our biggest month ever. Like we just keep upping it. But we grew, and Sunny, my husband, has all like the digits, but we grew a lot, like a huge percentage. And we've actually been doing that month over month. And I'm looking at my wife off board since August 1st. And so I actually anticipate, I have kind of mapped out what I think we can do this month with who currently is on our team and who I know we're going to bring into our team. I think we can actually get to 200,000 in QV this month. Okay. What does that mean for your business? That means your business is really going to increase. I see many of your businesses actually doubling. Like if you did 4,000 in November, I think you can do 10 this month. If you did 10 to 12, I think you can do 20 to 30. Okay. Or 40. That's really what I see because of how quickly these teams are growing and how amazing you guys are doing at sponsoring. So just to give a big shout out, because I do want to tell you all, we are going to stay in momentum. Lori and I were actually talking today and I was like, we all want to pretend we're still in qualification for region. Like we all want to pretend we're still in that place, except for you can sleep. I know some of you were like not sleeping very much, so you want to sleep. during that time. But we have a new regional vice president, Lori Huffman, which is so exciting. We have a new area manager, Fallon Cruz, which is so exciting. And Fallon did that. Fallon, did you sign up in February? Okay, so you all, February to November, Fallon works full time. She's a wife, she's a mom, she lost her own mom this year. She's walked through crazy grief, and she still was able to accomplish this goal. And that is commendable, and I'm so proud of you, Fallon. And what I love about that is that you're setting the pace for your girls, and you're showing them, listen, sisters, if I can do this in this amount of time, you all can do this. So it's 9 months that took her from consultant to area manager. So you guys need to know that that's so possible for you too. We have 2 gals in qualification for area, which is Kendra Noyes in Missouri, which is so awesome, and Megan Reekin up in Minnesota. Boop, boop. And I just love what is transpiring in these teams. And I know that both these girls are going to finish this month. We have 4 new district managers, which is amazing. Tori and Olivia, who are in Arkansas, they both crushed like completing. It was hilarious so early in the month. And then Jenna completed, as well as Anne Marie. So that is totally awesome. It's Jenna Davis and Anne Marie. And then we have, I went back and I was trying to quickly count. We have over 20 people in qualification for district manager. That's amazing. Okay. That is amazing because what it's showing us is that we're not only sponsoring people, but we're getting them into qualification, and we want them to be completing. I want to really challenge us a little bit to up our belief on getting people to district manager in 1 month. Okay. There is a video that is pinned. We've all tagged all of our new people a billion times on that thing. I made it this summer, and I break down how you can do 10,000, but then really even how you can do 6,000 in 1 month. Okay. And it's not crazy on any level. It is you doing $1,500 in sales in 30 days. Very doable, right? Because you're going to get your tools, or you're going to sell 5 ASVPs, and then you're going to teach 3 other people to do the same thing. And when someone does that, they become a district manager in 1 month. So you need to be painting that picture, you guys, for every new consultant that comes into your business. You need to say to them, I really don't know where your goals are. You can chat about that, but just say, you know what, before we even kind of talk about like what you want, I want to kind of show you what's possible, what you can do. Because it doesn't matter if you tell them to go for 600 or 6,000 or 10,000 in the first month. It's all going to feel a little overwhelming to them unless they have been in a network marketing or social marketing business before, right? Because none of us come from a sales type background, or if we do come from sales, it's like corporate sales, and we're talking like hundreds or millions of dollars that people are having to do. So when you tell them, you know what, I want to show you that you can actually promote to this first level of management in your first 30 days or in your first 20 days or whatever it is, the last 10 days of the month, because that can happen, you guys. It can totally happen, and it will happen more for you when you believe that it can happen. Belief has a sound, and unbelief has a sound. Okay, so you want to be painting this picture for people and telling them, I want to show you how you can get to this first level of management, average income $250 to $1,000 a month in your first month. Let's do this. Because guess what, you guys, if they don't hit district manager in their first month, they're just in a really solid qualification, and that's awesome, right? So they're not losing anything. They're not missing out on anything. And if you're ever worried like, oh, if I paint a picture too big, it's going to scare them away. It's not. And if it does scare them away, they're going to come back. It's not like they get scared away forever because you showed them how to make money sooner than later, right? So we have lots of people in qualification for district, which is exciting. We have 8 people that hit bonuses. When you are in Arbonne, you all, you want to be going after those bonuses. Arbonne loves to throw cash at people, and cash makes a difference in our lives, right? So bonus earners were Edie, and I'm not going to say last names, Edie, Tara, Lori, Fallon, Alicia. I hit my bonuses, Amy and Megan, okay? And then the super exciting thing that I wanted to share with you guys today is that we had 3 districts that were like neck and neck for sponsoring, and these are great numbers. These are the numbers you guys want to be seeing in your businesses. If you're district managers, if you're consultants and not yet a district, you want to be going for like 10. You want to be having 10 signups. That's why I'm giving away sweatshirts all the time for 10 signups, right? Because that is going to be creating the amount of growth that you want. Sponsoring indicates next month's business. Sales do not. You can inflate sales. You can do crazy things. You can offer ridiculous specials, but you can't fake sponsoring. You can't make up signups, right? So signing up people and sponsoring people is showing you how your business is actually growing. So the top district manager in the team for sponsoring was Amy Gill in St. Louis, and she sponsored 19 in her district. Next was Megan Rieken up in Minnesota. She sponsored 18, and coming in at third was Tier Johnson here in Louisville, Kentucky, and sponsored 17. Holy buckets, y'all. That is killer sponsoring. Okay, so if that kind of freaks you out on those numbers, go for 5. Once you get to 5, go for 10. Once you get to 10, just keep going. Okay, so wanted to just share those announcements here. All right, I'm on time. We got 15 minutes. All right, so as we're moving into December, let me take a drink of this. Hold on. As we are moving into December and a new month, there's just some basic things that I want us to make sure that we're going over. First is AIT was launched, okay? I'm gonna recommend everybody register and choose to go for AIT. Like I said on the video yesterday, AIT grows a business. AIT helps you promote, AIT helps you sponsor, all of those things. I have created a separate Facebook group for AIT, and once you pay the $30 and are registered, you will be added to the group. The reason that you have to register for AIT is Arbonne needs to get a gauge on who is going for this trip, okay? The other thing is that they only double the volume for the trip for the people who have registered, okay? So it's not a double, we don't get paid on the doubling or anything like that. So if you're like, I don't understand that, basically just for the month of December, as it relates to the trip, they will double your volume. If you are a consultant, it's all the success line volume that's connected to you. If you are a district manager, it's everything in your central district. If you are an area manager, it is only what's in your central district. So if you have people that have promoted out of your central district, their volume and their sponsoring or their promotions don't count. It's just what's in your central business, okay? But the second group is to answer questions like that. We're gonna probably run some different specials because people that are going for the trip, particularly in the month of December, are gonna work a little bit differently than everybody else. AKA, you're gonna work harder. So don't think that you're gonna earn a free trip in November or October by being like, hey, Merry Christmas, I'm gonna put my business on the shelf for a month. If you decide to put your business on the shelf for the month of December, more than likely you won't be earning the trip. And I know that sounds mean and harsh, but I'm just being honest. You have to really commit the month of December to earning the trip, and how you really earn the trip is by focusing on volume versus just immediate cash. So we're going to be doing some things a little bit different, not a lot, but a little bit different. And I felt like it was important to kind of separate that into a whole nother group this year. So once you register, you'll be added to the group. So in addition to that, you guys saw that there's free shipping. That is awesome. Free shipping for consultants on orders of 500 QV or more. And then other than that, we have a flat rate. That is phenomenal, because many times what will keep people, especially people that get consultant accounts, but they're not really building the business, what keeps them from ordering as frequently is shipping. So that's really been taken off the table as a concern. Okay, so what I want us to be doing right now is, it is the 2nd of December, and as a team, yesterday we got to take our breath. That was it, girls. We're back at it, okay? So if you didn't have I know the girls in Hardin County are like, what? We worked all day at a vendor event, and then you guys had facials today, and it was Alicia's birthday, that wasn't much of a break. But you want, in this business, when you're growing, like we are all growing, you want to take a breath and not a break. Many times we can be tempted at the end of a month to be like, I worked so hard in November. That was exhausting. I didn't sleep the last 24 hours of the month. My hands are cramping from all my texting. And you can be really tempted to want to take a break for these next couple days. but we're not, okay? We took a breath yesterday and now we're back at it today. So what you want to be doing right now is you need to write out your goals. Because if your goals are not written out, they're really just a wish, they're not a plan, and the likelihood of you actually achieving them increases dramatically if you write them down. So I know it's really simple and you might want to like think it's kind of dumb, but it's not dumb. Okay, so put it on an index card, put it on a Post-it note, put it on some sort of notebook, and I'm gonna really ask you to do this before you put your head on the pillow tonight. And what you want your goals to be is you want a, really for me, they're kind of threefold. The first goal that I always set is where do I think I can get my volume or my QV to get to be. If you are working for a completion of a promotion, if you're one of those 20 people that's working to complete district, I'm really going to recommend that you don't just set the bar at what you need to finish, but you set your goal at more than that. So some of you were really close last month to finishing. You were like less than 1,500 away, okay? Don't set your goal at 1,500. Set your goal actually for like 5,000 or 10,000, which is area QV or area qual. Okay, if you were maybe on that other end and you just got into being a district manager qualification with like $1,000, then finishing district is a great goal. But I'm even going to recommend just go a little bit further. Wherever you have your sights set for what you think you want to do, just do a little bit more. Because what tends to happen is we always do a little bit less for most people than we want to. And so that's why you kind of stretch that goal a little bit farther. The second goal is your sponsoring goal. Okay, we've already talked about what your sponsoring goals want to be looking like. It's a combination of preferred clients and consultants. This is the month really to be focusing on consultants so that you can be helping them promote through the next 6 months as we're working towards GTC and the AIT trip. And then the last thing is based on your volume and based on your sponsoring, then you have to have a goal of faces. How many people are you going to get in front of? Okay, if you need 3,000 in QV to promote to district and you're going to sign up 10 people, your faces goal has to really be somewhere around 40 faces, 30 to 40 faces. So you can't put 20 or you can't put 5, right? So you need to make sure that all of those are in line. And it's just good to have those markers because what I love to do is track my faces. So I can know if I'm 7 days into the month and I've only gotten in front of 3 people, I got to hustle it up. Or by the 7th of the month, I maybe have gotten in front of 20 people. And then it's like, well, maybe I can get in front of 60 people this month instead of the 40, right? So it's just good. What we track grows. What you track grows. What you focus on grows. What you focus on expands. It's principles, right? So you need to know where you're going and have that. So I'm going to recommend you write it down. And then you write it like 3 times and you put one on your bathroom mirror because you look at yourself every morning, whether you want to or not. Put one in your car, put one at a desk, put one on a fridge, different places that you can see it, different places that people in your family or your household can see it if you've got roommates, because it just starts to turn your mind towards the things that you are working for, okay? And then be sharing them with your upline. Your upline needs to know what you are wanting to do. This is a business where we're in business by ourselves or for ourselves, but not by ourselves. So we need to know if you're like, okay, I just lit a fire under my own tuchus and I'm going to get to 10,000 this month. Your upline might not know that. They might think you're real happy to just go for 2,500, but maybe you have a big financial need, or maybe you're like, I don't want to be left behind because these girls are hauling it and I'm going to be with them. And you just decided I'm going to go for 10,000 this month. We need to be on the same page, whether your goal is 1,000 this month or 10,000, we want to be on the same page. Okay. So make sure that you get that done before tonight. I know that sounds basic, but you guys, successful living is based on consistently doing principles that most other people won't. I would guarantee if you texted 10 of your friends, just friends, family, and asked, have you written down your goals for have you written down your top 3 goals for December yet? They would be like, what? What goals? What are you talking about? Most people live their lives with no goals, with no focus, with no intentionality, and then they wonder 2 years or 5 years later why they are where they are. And it's like, well, you made no plan. Okay, so these are little things that set you apart. These are the little stepping stones that get you to successful living. Okay, so it's small, but it's important. There's a book, I didn't mean to tell you guys about this, but there is a book by a man named Andy Andrews, and you can listen to it on Audible or you can buy it, and it's called The Little Things. And he just talks about all, because years ago there was a book like Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and his whole premise is actually the opposite of that. It is like, no, you do sweat the small stuff. You do write down your goals. You do set your clothes out before you go to bed at night. You know, you do make a plan for what you want to do. You do have intentionality about your time, because those are the little things, but those are the little things that have compounding effect and add up to the big things of life. Okay, so make sure that you do that. The next thing that I want you guys to do tonight or tomorrow, excuse me, is I would like for you each to send me, whether it is, let's do it this way. Let's do it through Facebook Messenger, because then I have it all in one place. I really want to know why everyone that is engaged in their business right now is building their business. I had Sunny move my cork board, and your whys are going on my cork board to be the thing that I look at every day. Because at this place in my business, I know why I'm building this business, but I know that as we become a nation, this is about why you all are building your businesses. Okay? And so you can send me a sentence, you can send me a paragraph. Don't send me a book, because I got to print it off and put it on the thing. Like, well, when I was 4 years old, I really wanted to go to Disney World. Don't do that. Okay, just kidding. Just send me a couple sentences of why in this season you are building your business. Why are you making the sacrifices? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? And why is Arbonne the vehicle that you've chosen to do that? Okay, that's very important to me. And I know that that's part of why I am doing this business, is because I have been given through this business a life of choices and freedom like very few of none of my friends have what I have. None of my friends have. There are friends in Arbonne that have what I have, but I have a lot of friends, they have bigger homes than I do. They have more finances than I do, but no one has a lifestyle of time and choices and income like we do. And I want other people to have that. I want you all to have that, okay? To be able to make this kind of money on these kind of hours, you all, is bonkers. It is total bonkers, okay? So anyways, please send that to me. And if you're like, she doesn't even know me, I'm brand new on the team, that's even more important why I want your whys, so that I can get to know you. Okay, so all right, we got 3 minutes here. Just 3 things that I would like you guys to be putting on your calendar. If you're local, and local means like you're within an hour of driving, we are going to be doing a social, and we're going to do the throwing the axes. This is really just a time to come together. This is a time to have guests, prospects, friends that you're like, hey, I'd love for you to see the culture of Arbonne, have them come with you. It's going to be December 11th, Tuesday here in Louisville. And we're going to go to that place where you like throw axes, which I think will be pretty fun. Starting in January, we are moving to a monthly Discover Arbonne meeting, an in-person monthly Discover Arbonne meeting, which I'm very excited about. And for those of you that don't live in Louisville, I plan to have that via Zoom for you to be able to connect in and kind of get that vibe. But then there are lots of you, like the group up in Mankato, or the gals in Searcy, Arkansas, or the gals in Hardinsburg. There's enough of you to be gathering together at a coffee shop, at someone's home, and doing monthly Discover Arbonnes. Okay, they don't have to be fancy. And the girls in Searcy, actually, you guys can plug in with a team in Little Rock that's doing them. So, okay. 2 other things, Bash and Nash. This is just kind of an annual event that is put on by our upline, Deanna Osborne, and her MVP, Lisa Voorhees. It's in Nashville. It's always super fun. I don't have, it's somewhere on the team page I've posted it, but I can repost it. Registration, like early bird pricing, is going to be, excuse me, through the 10th of this month. And really what it is Friday all day is training for area managers and VPs. It's kind of like called Area Manager Retreat. It's really special and sweet. Friday night is going to be, I think it's themed like a cowboy thing, honky tonk, line dancing. I don't really know. Kind of sounds fun. Just like a celebration, kind of a fun hangout. And then Saturday is going to be consultant training all day. And it's going to be very good. We'll stay in some hotels, all that kind of stuff. So look at that. It's mid-January. And then please, please, please be marking your calendars, talking to whoever you need to that helps you make decisions on if you can travel or not, whether that's a spouse or a mother for childcare, all those things, to come to GTC. You just so want to be at GTC. It changes businesses. There's crazy percentages on people that attend GTC and what it does for their business versus those who don't go to GTC. So plus we have a bunch of fun, a ton of fun. So anyways, all right, it's 9:30. We've got to wrap up and hop on this other call. So thanks for hopping on, you guys. And if you want to join Lori and I on